Hello. Let's see. All right. Hello, hello. Give the video just a second to populate in your feed while Maple and I hang out here. Maple is here. Clover is sleeping right there. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. Hello. My name is Jennifer with One Crafty Sister, and I am so happy to be here with you tonight to share some really awesome projects that I have put together for you. It looks like the video is finally taking itself across the Facebook internet land, and I'm doing something a little bit different tonight. So I'm also live on YouTube. So this is a first for me. So if you're catching this as a live on YouTube, hello. My name is Jennifer with One Crafty Sister. Because I can't be in two places at once, I can't see all the comments, but I will definitely come back after the video and say hello to everyone and answer any questions that you have. So please make sure that you can hear purring. So please just make sure that you leave me a comment, say hello in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from, whether you're watching it live or on the replay. Skeeter, Maple is curled up. There she is. And she does have a really loud purr. So they both wanted some mommy time today. So I pulled out the baby wrap and I am cat wearing. This one, Clover, who's up there asleep, who's the ribbon monger. I have to be real careful because she likes to eat ribbon. I had her in it earlier because she wanted to be in here, and that's my only way to really keep track of her. But anyway, welcome to Tuesday Night Live. Hi, Karen. Yes, Maple's here, and Clover is up there sleeping, so she's in here as well. So let's get started with some fun stuff tonight. First of all, welcome to Tuesday Night Live. Every Tuesday night, I come here and bring you a fun class, a full class for free, just for you. Usually it's 4 projects. Could be adjusted some, but I've been pretty good at having 4 projects ready to share with you, like a full card class. Or tonight I'm going to make 3 cards and a really adorable little cute little bitty box that you guys are gonna love. But I wanted to share a few things before I got stamping, just kind of what is going on in the Stampin' Up! World, because you need to know this. Number one, maybe some of you are a demonstrator, and I'm just going to remind you in case you're watching, and maybe you're not a demonstrator and you're one of my customers, so you need to know. Or maybe you're new and you're neither customer or demonstrator, so I need to let you know. So first off, we have some sales that are going on right now that are only through October 31st. So we have up to 30% off of all of our kits. And we also have a sale on all of our close to my heart products. So our products that were originally close to my heart products that are available in our online store are currently on sale for 30% off. Those sales are while supplies last, and they only go through the end of October. And we also have the best sale, the very best sale, which is the starter kit special. So right now, and only through the end of the month, only through October 31st, you can join my crafty family, the Craftastics, here in the United States. You have to live in the United States. So if you live in Canada or you live in any of the other Stampin' Up! Markets, I can't invite you to my team. But I will love to have you here and inspire you and be inspired by you. But you can join my team right now for $99 plus tax, free shipping, and you get $155 of any product of your choice. It's an awesome deal, including some online exclusives that our customers can't even see right now. So lots of great products that you can fill your shopping cart with, and you then have a chance to get a discount on your Stampin' Up. And if you don't want to do anything else, you don't have to do anything else. But if you want to make a little bit of money with your hobby, I can help you with that, with training through my team. And one-on-one training. So I would love to welcome you into my team, whatever you might be looking for, a discount or to make a little something with your hobby. I'm here to help you, and I would love you to be here. Get settled, Clover. The information, there's a link in the video description here where you can check out all that information and order your starter kit at that special price between now and October 31st, which is just a few days away. It's like 3 days away. So what are you waiting for? We've had fun welcoming new team members into our family already this month, and we're not done, so we would like to invite you. All right, so those are kind of the things that are going on in Stampin' Up! Land. Tonight I have 4 projects to share with you, and if you're not already on my email list, the tutorial for these will go out in my email list tomorrow. So you'll want to make sure that you're in my email list, my contact list, and that link to join my contact list is in the video description. So hop over there and click that link and fill out the simple form and let me know how you want to be contacted, and I will send those out in email to anyone who's on my email list. As well as you're going to have a chance to earn the kit to make all of these projects that I'm going to share with you for free. So let me show you real quick what we're going to make. Walk over here, show you real quick. We are going to make 3 cards featuring the Humble Home bundle. So this is the Humble Home bundle, okay? It is really cute, little house and a little house punch. Now, I've been wanting to share this with you for the last 2 weeks, this whole entire class, but the bundle was not available. It was sold out, but it is back in stock now. So I'm like, yay, I finally get to share these cute projects. So this is a really cost-friendly or pocketbook-friendly bundle. I think it's $38.50. Oh, let's see. It's in the mini catalog, the September to December mini catalog, and let's see. Humble Home, where are you? Oh, is it not? Where are you at? Oh, that's why you're not there. You're not in Dies. Humble Home. It's on page 46 of the mini catalog, so you can see it here. And the bundle is $39.50. I was close, $1 off. $39.50. Can see some cute projects they've made for you here, the designers from Stampin' Up. And it is not just good for Christmas, although we're going to make a Christmas project. We're also going to make a kind of welcome card that could be for your neighbors, or maybe you have someone new at your job that joins your team, so maybe you'll send them that, or maybe you have someone that's going to join your Stampin' Up! Team, and maybe you'd like to send them a welcome home to your team card. And then we're also going to make the cutest little bitty box. So I'm going to turn the camera down so we can get into the real fun, okay? All right. So again, this is the Humble Home bundle. It has this cute gingerbread house. Look how cute that is. We're going to use that today. And then some just great sentiments from our house to yours. Thank you for the sweetest gift. Thank you for coming. Merry Christmas. Welcome home. It has this adorable heart and this cute little wreath. We're going to use that today. And then this really cool punch. Let's see if I can get the reflection to look right for you so you can see it. Can you see that? It's got the house. It also has a heart, a little circle, a little dot, and then also this little square, which cuts out these little windows, okay? So let me show you our projects. Actually, no, I'm not going to show you completely the projects. We're just going to get stamping. Okay, so this, let me take out all my supplies here because I have them all here for all the projects. These projects feature one of my favorite papers from the mini catalog. And this is our, what we call our making a difference item in our catalog. So in the Christmas catalog, I call it the Christmas catalog. In the fall catalog, the September to December catalog every year, we have a making a difference product in which Stampin' Up! Provides $3 of every of those items that are sold to a charity. And this year they are going to children's literacy organizations in all of our markets. This is called the Sentimental Christmas Designer Series paper. It's kind of vintage. It has definitely a vintage feel. Let me show you here. I have a little, this is cut, it comes in 12 by 12. This is just a 6. I had cut some down, so it's just easy to grab. So I used this at my weekend retreat back in September because I loved it, and I love using the Making a Difference for my retreat because I know that at least about 35 of these were sold thanks to my retreat customers, and those $3 will go to the charity organization. But we used most of the front sides, and we didn't use as many of the B sides, like I call them the back sides. But these really made me feel sentimental about Christmas. But I do love all the B sides. I love this stocking though. This is a gorgeous piece that has this candy cane border all around it. Let's see. Pretty. Love the stripes. These cool candles. We used to put candles in the front windows in our house every Christmas. They were like plug-in candles and I loved them. And this is a really cool page. You can't see it all here, but it has a big lantern. A few great pages that are really good for memory keeping. But I just thought this is, again, a great product that I wanted to share because $3 of the $12.50 goes to that charity organization. So our projects will feature this pattern, which I love. It is just reminds me of like gingerbread cookies. So I was like, okay, I need to put this gingerbread house with that pattern, and we're going to do that today. We are going to use some of these two patterns together, and then we're going to use that lovely red striped pattern. Okay, so let's get started with card 1. Let's start with a welcome. Our other 3 projects are all Christmas, so we're going to start with this project, welcome. Oh, hold on, pause just for 1 second. David. Okay. I forgot I had my paper measurements out on my printer. Okay, so this is the project that we're going to make first. So let me just pull out my supplies here, and we are going to need a few things in there. Try to keep this all together and not make a mess here. Okay, we are going to stamp this adorable gingerbread house. We're not doing it as a gingerbread house now, but we are going to use it still. That out of the way. And I will be stamping with the Memento Tuxedo Black because we will be doing, or I will be doing some coloring with my Stampin' Blends to color in this cute little house. Get it good and inked up. Okay, and then I also need the welcome. Let's see. The welcome stamp, and we're going to go ahead and stamp it in Shaded Spruce. On this little strip of Very Vanilla. Now I will tell you, you won't need to worry about measurements because I will, like I said, send this out, the tutorial, tomorrow to everyone that's on my email list. So just make sure you're on my email list and you will get these measurements in your email inbox. Now we need just a couple blends to color this in real quickly. We are going to use a combination of Shaded Spruce, Lost Lagoon, and some Lemon Lolly. So let me see. Actually, it might be all, it might be, let's see. Oh, I can't remember. Let's see. I'm going to start by coloring in some of this little gingerbread work. Now I'm not worrying if it goes into the roof because I will, let me bring you down a little more so you can see a little better. Because I will be coloring it darker above and I'll be covering that up. Okay. And then I also need to color these, which is a little harder because I'm not going to be coloring on top of it. So I'm going to be a little more careful. Sometimes when you color tiny areas with your Stampin' Blends, you can literally just dot, and that will kind of help you stay within the lines. Actually think I used some Pretty Peacock on the roof, so we're going to take and color this roof with my Pretty Peacock light. Hi Clover, are you waking up? So let me know in the comments if you are done with your Christmas cards, if you haven't even started your Christmas cards, or if you don't do Christmas cards. Maybe you don't do Christmas cards, and that's okay. Some people don't. Maybe you do other things. All right, let's see. We're going to color the top and bottom of the windows. I am going to pull all the Christmas cards that I've made this year for classes and events, plus some more. I usually make enough between my classes and events that I can pile those up and use those for my Christmas cards. Let's see. Now I think the last thing to do is to color the door, and I'm using the light Shaded Spruce for that. I have been giving a lot of cards away though this year, so and I did sell a lot this year, so I kind of have less than I'm used to having. All right, so that is all colored, just some simple coloring. And we are going to go ahead and punch this out. How cute is that? Let's see. Karen, you haven't started? Brandy, you're working on Thanksgiving cards? Oh, I love Thanksgiving cards though. I have one of my team members that's her preference, is to make Thanksgiving cards versus Christmas cards. because she just wants to share that she loves and is so thankful for the people in her life. Okay, there is the welcome. And I'm guessing, actually, Glenda, how cool is this? So I told you guys at the beginning of the video that this was my first time going live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And I'm noticing that I can see comments from both YouTube and Facebook. So hi, Glenda. That makes me so excited that I can see both comments. Awesome. Because this is new for me. Okay, I'm tying this bow that's part of the card front, and I figured, well, that didn't go so well. I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to have some assembly. All right. It is, I feel like, let me put this back up. I feel like I'm pregnant, and let me clarify that for you. I have a cat right here, and I stand up for my Facebook Lives. I craft standing up, and she is not like up on my chest. She kind of sunk down, and she is down like where I imagine my belly would be. I've never had children myself, so I haven't been pregnant and haven't had a big baby bump, but I'm imagining that this is what it feels like when your belly gets all in the way. Okay, so I have my card base. Go ahead and give that a nice firm rub. And then this layer is going to be popped up on dimensionals, but we need to cut the designer series paper first. So let me grab my trimmer out. Oh, I just woke the baby up. She's like, you bent over, Mom. Okay, so I've got my 2 pieces of paper that I covered up here. All right, my 2 pieces of paper. And I am going to cut 3 panels that are 1.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to first cut this at 3.5. I need 2 of these. And 1.5. And another 1.5. And then cut the trees. It's also warm to have this little heated body hanging from me. Okay. Now let's go ahead and adhere these to this panel before we add it to the card front. I'm going to kind of lay them out first just to get a visual on my spacing. So whenever I do like multiples of something, I always lay it out because you just never know if your paper is going to be off a little bit or something, and I want to make sure I have an idea of about where my borders will be. And then I'll start at the top and bottom and add those, and then come back in for the middle, because you can kind of cheat some little inconsistencies in your measurements or your placement if they all look nice and even around the edges, more so than the difference between the panels in the center. But it looks like I got it pretty straight. Okay. Now we need to pop this up on some dimensionals and add it to our card front. I like lots of support. So we've got our card base, and this is going to go right there. I have a pretty peacock circle that we are going to add right about there. And then our little house is going to be popped up with dimensionals. It's about 3 or so there. Should be good. And then our sentiment as well. Let's see. I have some skinny pieces here, which I think are perfect for my sentiment. I had cut the edge of my dimensionals for something. So I just trimmed the ends with my paper snips, and that's going to go right there. All right, now we have a little embellishing to do. So although we don't have bling, we have some embellishing. So we have this bow that we are going to kind of tuck right under the welcome. Oops. Oh. So I'm just going to stick a glue dot right there and take and tuck that in right there. Untwist my twine there. Okay. And then I have some little hearts. So let's see, we need 3 of these hearts. 1, 2, and 3. No, not that one. It's for another project. Not that one. Okay. We'll stick these back in the little bag so we don't lose anything. And we are going to take and one of these, a couple of them are going to go on with some glue dots. So I'm going to add one right at where this bow is. Also going to add this little soft sea foam. Now I have to tell you, sometimes, like, one of my favorite things about Stampin' Up! Is the color combination. But sometimes you have to just explore colors or put paper against other colors, because this soft sea foam is not in this pattern paper, but it really looked great together. I was really shocked at that. And so that's kind of how sometimes I come up with color combos, is I just kind of put them together. All right. So there is our little card. You can take and add some designer series paper to the inside. I'll just cut a strip here real quick, like a 1/2 inch maybe. I like to have my pattern carry over into the inside. And let's see. I have a piece of Very Vanilla we'll add to the inside of our card, like so. And then I'm going to add this. I'm just going to do it this way. So then you just have some little simple detail on the inside, nothing too crazy, but still. So welcome. Welcome to my Facebook Live. Welcome to my very first YouTube Live. Welcome to my team, to those of you who have joined my team this week and those of you who still will before the end of October. So excited to welcome everyone. Okay. So that is project number 1. Let's move right along. Project number 2 is a Christmas card. And this says Merry Christmas. It's a wreath with a little house in the center, and I just thought it was really simple and cute. This would also be something in this kind of line or design would be great for a realtor, for a realtor's gift for their clients. I just thought, you know, that little house is perfect for that. So let me grab my supplies out here and my piece of paper. Let's see. So we need to cut our designer series paper down. So I'm going to cut that down real quick before we get moving. I'm going to cut this to 3 5/8. And again, don't worry about the measurements. Just make sure you're on my email list, and I will email those out tomorrow. By 4 7/8. It's the best place to be to know what's happening in the One Crafty Sister world and Stampin' Up. Okay. So we're going to layer this here. I'm slightly shocked that Maple the kitty is still in the wrap. I did not expect her to last this long because she's probably been in for about 45 solid minutes. And she was in for about 15 minutes before that. She had a break and decided to go for another round. She came and actually asked to get into the wrap. So kind of interesting. Okay, now this wreath, let me show you what bundle this is from. I have it right here. This wreath is cut from the Encircled in Nature bundle, so you can see that here. You can use any wreath die that you have. I mean, this will be sent out in my kit, but if you're trying to recreate this at home, you can use any wreath die that you have, and you can even use, if you have 2 swags, you can take and use 2 swags to put together. To attach, kind of create a wreath. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on a few of these spots, just some of these bigger flowers, because I don't want it stuck everywhere. Kind of want it to be free. And I don't want to put anything on this little loose piece here. And you'll see, oops, see why in just a second. That was way too much. All right, so let's turn this around. There's a loose, this is the only loose sprig on this wreath, and I want it to be towards the bottom. And I'll show you why. All right, I'm just going to stick that down. Let that kind of soak for a minute or stick. We have this little banner for the Merry Christmas stamp. So let's go ahead and stamp that while we're letting that adhesive dry. Let's see, Merry Christmas. Stamping this in Shaded Spruce. There we go. It's a cute little font. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and pop this little house up in on dimensionals, but I'm going to kind of put it under, I'm going to pop this up so this is over my house. I might need a little more glue on my wreath. We'll see. That's okay. All right, I have a little shaded spruce heart, also punched from the Humble Home punch. And we're going to add it with just a little mini dimensional. Right into the center of the home. About there. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add this piece to our card base. I'll go ahead and take and adhere this. I'm just adding it with some liquid glue, just flat to my card base. Oops. I love glue because it slides, and I don't like glue because it slides. Okay. There we go. Now, this is a piece of our shaded spruce satin and sheer ribbon. It's very pretty. But I want to show you a different way that you can use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off one of the ends. I'm going to use my bigger scissors just because I find it easier for me. But I'm just going to take and trim right down the edge and cut off the edge. I like to show my customers and team ways that they can have more oops, well, I accidentally cut it. So they can get more out of their products, you know. So I'm going to go down the other side now and try not to cut it. So this just gives you another way to use some of your ribbons to kind of create your own little custom twine. Usually I would cut, look, I did it again. It's because I have this baby bump, I'm telling you. This maple bump. All right, I'm going to try anyway. That's too short. All right, plan B. Plan B, because I can't cut with a cat hanging from me, is I'm going to cut the center out and use the center. It's bigger than what I originally did, but it's a fun thing about crafting. You can change up midway, midstream, mid-project. Or you can get a whole nother piece, because that's obviously not working for me tonight. All right, I'm going to do my original. This is going to work. This is not that hard, friends, so don't think that it is. It's the fact that I'm carrying a cat. Okay, success. So I have this little piece of custom twine. I put it through my little tag and I'm going to tie it in a bow. Or you can tie it in a bow and add it with a mini glue dot. I just wanted to stick it between there. It might be too fiddly of a bow for you. That's okay. I particularly love bows, so you will see me use bows often. And I'm going to add it with some dimensionals onto the card front. Cute little Merry Christmas with that cute little bow. I'm going to add this inside layer. Say hi, Clover. I mean, Maple. She woke up. And I'm just going to take some of my scrap. I'm going to trim it down. This is my scrap from cutting the main piece. I'm going to cut it down to 3/4 of an inch. I want this one a little bit bigger. You decide to get out now? Okay. Whew. I'm not carrying my furry child anymore. Oh, look at what I just did. I just undid my bow. Okay. All right. Bow back. All right, I'm going to add this and then we'll be done with this. Move on to my favorite card next. All right, there's our little piece on the bottom. And so we have a sweet little Christmas card. Okay. There is card number 2. Now remember, if you love these projects and you want to get the kit to make them, you would just need to place an online order by next Monday. I got to take this wrap off, guys, because I'm heating up in here with all my lights. And since I don't have a cat on me now. Woo! Oh, girls, that feels so much better. Or boys, whoever's here. Feels so much better. But anyway, you can place an online order in my store for a minimum $40, and you'll get the kit to make one of each of these projects shipped out to you next week. And so kind of what you see when I pull out the kit is what you will get. And then you will add your own inks and stamps. So you could order the Humble Home Bundle, which is $39.50. I know, how tricky is that? $39.50. $40 is always my weekly amount to get the kit. So you just need to add on like some mini glue dots or a set of dimensionals or a refill for your seal or Seal Plus, and then you'll be all set. Okay, now this is the third card, which is my favorite because I wanted to use this gingerbread-esque paper. It's snowflakes, but I just thought it would look so cute with this little gingerbread house. So we are going to heat emboss this gingerbread house. So let's see, pull out my white embossing powder. And we also need some real red ink to stamp our sentiment here. So let's do that. And our Versamark. Okay, we also need our embossing buddy. All the important things. And my tweezers. Okay. So let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment on our piece here. So this says, from our house to yours. From our house to yours. So I'm going to stamp that just in the bottom. Oh, is this real red or yeah, it's real red. I'm like, did I use real red or cherry cobbler? Okay. Okay, there's that sentiment. Easy peasy. We do not need that any longer. Let's go ahead and clean that stamp though. Red stamps, red inks do stain your photopolymer stamps, but they will not be ruined. They will still stamp for many more years to come. Trust me, I have some old ones in here. All right, now we need to stamp our little house. So the first thing we're gonna do, no, you can't come up here, little girl. Okay, we're gonna take and use the embossing buddy and just give that a nice brush. And now I'm going to stamp our little gingerbread house with Versamark. Right here. Versamark is very sticky, so when you use a photopolymer stamp, you just heard it kind of pull away from my paper. It makes a little bit of a noise. I have a curious Maple the cat sitting right here. If she just sits there, I don't mind, because I do love my little girls. All right. Now this, oh, what are you doing? You have to just sit there, or you have to go out. All right, this might get a little loud just for a second because I am going to heat emboss this with my heat tool. So, but I want you to see it, see what happens, because it's magic. So I keep my heat tool moving, and then you'll see the white will start to turn bright white as the powder melts. I'll work my way around the whole image. All right, there we go. Look how cute that is. Heat embossing is what hooked me on card making in the 90s. So I love to heat emboss. Oops, let's go ahead and punch this out now. And we can do some assembly now. Okay, first, I'm going to show you how to do this, but you do not necessarily have to do this, but I just want to show you this nifty little trick. Okay, so I took and I threaded my twine through these holes. Now, you could even take and thread it all the way around if you are so inclined to do that. I didn't do that, but I want to show you something that's really handy to have around. These are like, I don't even know what they're called. They're like floss pullers. This is to help you pull floss, dental floss, through tight places in your teeth. So it also is a great needle threader type thing, but they are actually, it actually is for a use in your mouth. But I have a pack of them. They fly around here in my craft room. And let me just make sure I get the right hole here. Okay, so this is the one I want. So I'm just going to take, and I stuck the end of it through the hole I wanted. And then I'm just going to take and loop my twine through it. It's the other way. And pull it through. And then I'm going to take and go all the way across to the other side. Let me make sure. And pull it back through. So now I have it through, and I'm going to just bring it around. Yeah. Actually, what I want, scrap that. I want the back piece to come through. So I need to take and thread this one and bring it through to the front is what I need to do. Pretty sure that's the right one. It's the wrong one. Too low. Need that one. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to tie a bow. all the way over to the edge. And trim it off. Now, I'm showing you that when we made these projects with my team at our team meeting, and I told them just tie a bow and stick it on with a glue dot. I did not have these little doohickeys with me at my studio for our team meeting, so I'm like, you don't have to fiddle with it. But if you wanted to know how to do that, I wanted to show you how to do it. So that is how I did it. So I'm going to adhere this down to this layer. And then I need to cut my designer series paper. Okay. All right, my designer series paper piece is just going to be cut to a simple card matte layer of 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to keep the piece that's left over to put on the inside. All right, so this is going to be adhered flat. Now y'all wait around, don't leave yet. We have one more project, and it's the cutest little bitty box that you are going to fall in love with. And we're going to make a Christmas one, and then I'm going to show you a Halloween one that you can make. But you can also make a fall one if you would like to maybe place it at your oh my goodness, little girl. This is why I always put them out. Curiosity killed the cat. But the little bitty box would be perfect for a little place setting to put at each place setting on your table at Thanksgiving. So there's lots of options for it. Okay, this layer's going to go right in the middle. And then I'm going to take and pop up this little house on some dimensionals. Just wanted to thank you guys again for tuning in tonight, whether you're on Facebook or my first YouTube live. Welcome to the One Crafty Sister channel. I love your comments, and I love to know what you love about the projects, or where you're from, where you're tuning in from. Okay, I have this little heart that we are going to stick right here coming out of the chimney. How stinking cute is that? So much love. Ta-da! Okay, now I'm going to take and add this to the inside here, and this card will be done. So Becky, you said your dog tries to walk over your desk like that. I usually don't have them in here when I'm filming, just because they are very like, they are, want to be near me. It's kind of the nature of their personality and their breed. So I usually don't have them in here, but I do tonight in testing it out. Okay, so there is project number 3. From our house to yours. You could even go ahead and add, let's do this. Let's take and add a Merry Christmas to the inside. I'm going to put it right down here, because sometimes I like to put sentiments not in the traditional spot. So there is the little Merry Christmas down there. So from our house to yours, Merry Christmas. That would be a cute Christmas card to make a whole bunch of to send out. There you go. All right, let me wash that stamp real quick. And let me show you this little bitty box. Oh, I actually knocked it off so it fell, so I have to stuff it again. Okay. This is the little bitty box made with the house, the humble home. This one is a little worse for wear. It's been knocked around a little bit, but I'm going to make a new one for you. And it has a little wreath on it. The coolest part is that it has a little flap that closes to hide a treat. Now I'm going to make this one for you. Hey, Miss Pris. I'm going to make this one for you, but I wanted to show you what you could do. Well, I'll show you after. Let me make this one for you, and then I'll show you an alternative. Okay. So I have a piece of our Country Woods Designer Series paper, wood grain paper. If you don't have this, oh my gosh, guys, this is like a staple paper in my stash. Let me just quickly show you some of these beautiful, like this beautiful, just all these beautiful wood patterns. I just love them. So if you don't have them, you need to add them to your order. You'll get a little piece in your kit for tonight's class when you place an order, so you will get enough to make your little house. So we have, let's see, this is to stamp on. This is for our little house. This is our base. What is this for? I'm looking at my kit. I'm like, I don't know what this is for. Oh, I know what it's for. Okay. I forgot. We're going to punch 2 houses out. I'm like, what the heck is this for? All right, so I've got 2 houses punched. Now we need to do some stamping. So we are going to use some pumpkin pie ink. And we need the little house, roof, the little window and door, and we're also going to need the little wreath. So we'll bring that out here. Let's see. This one here. Just going to turn this over and use the same block for that. Okay, now I am going to stamp the roof first, and this is how I recommend, however you do this, to do this first before you stamp anything else, and also you're going to punch it after you stamp the roof, because that gives you an idea of how much room you have for stamping. So I'm just going to kind of align the roof. Oops. Like so. And then I'm going to, oops, let me get that off of there. Then I'm going to use the little windows, the door and windows, and stamp that right there. That's all of that we need. Stamp this little wreath. And do some really quick and simple coloring with our Stampin' Blends. I'm going to color the wreath in with some shaded spruce. quiet when I color. When I was a little kid, I used to be one that would stick her tongue out when she colored. I'd be focusing so hard. All right, and then I'm going to color this little bow. Oh, I need one more piece up there. Okay. Now I wanted to finish off with some Wink of Stella on here. So I thought I would show you guys. I needed to open a new one. Wink of Stella, I always keep an extra on hand because I love it. And I find that it's one of those things that if you've never bought one before, you get stuck and you're like, Jennifer, like you're supposed to squeeze it and nothing comes out. And so a lot of my customers are like, I need to return this because it doesn't work. And I'm like, it's okay, it does. It just has a safety ring here so that it doesn't evaporate or lose any of the goodness while it's shipping to you or sitting on a store shelf or in the Stampin' Up! Warehouse. So you need to kind of take that off, and then you can prime it, and you can see that there is now some shimmer ink coming down. And so the first time you gotta kind of be careful. You can end up with a little mess. Let's see if there's any in the brush yet. Not quite yet. It's all up here. See, you can end up with a mess like that. So you don't want to do it over your project, just in case. So I'll wipe that up. But I just gave the little wreath a brush of Wink of Stella to make it cute and sparkly. We're going to let it dry, but I'm going to cut it out and put it on the house. We need to adhere this one, the one that we stamped, to one of the white ones that we punched out, and I just punched that out with some thick basic white. I chose to do white because I wanted it nice and white, and I wanted it to kind of be wintry white, but I'm going to show you another option that is not white. Okay, so now I have this little piece. Now you can kind of see in the, okay, let's see. Can you see those lines? This is a small piece of paper that is 1 3/4 by 5 7/8. And it's got score lines, 2 score lines on the short side, and it has 5 score lines on the long side. Now remember, I'm going to send the measurements out in my email. So what I've got here is some scoring that we're going to fold, and then we're going to do some trimming, a little bit of trimming, to assemble the box part of this. So I'm just going to use my bone folder as I go over each of these creases. Now I originally saw a German demonstrator who had a box similar to this with the closing top, and she gave the metric measurements, and so I kind of took and tweaked them to work for Imperial, for what we use here in the US, to get to the end result. Now that I've done that, we have to do a little bit of cleanup. So we're going to take, and on each of these first 4 score lines, we're going to take and just notch out or miter the edges to create some tabs on the inside, but we're not going to do that to the end. And then when we get to this one, I mitered this side, but we're going to cut this entire piece off here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to start by cutting this off. And then I'm going to go back to mitering these. Okay. This is such a cute little box. All right. Now you're going to need some tear and tape to put this together. So I'm going to take and add some tear and tape to each of these little tabs on both sides. Okay. Fingers don't want to pull this stuff off. Both cats are now wide awake and roaming the room, creating havoc. Okay, 2 more little pieces. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to take my bone folder, and I just always like to go over my tear and tape to kind of help it adhere to whatever I've got it stuck to. And then this is my favorite take your pick tool tip to use with with tear and tape, because I love that I can just use that really tiny tip and it just pulls it right off. It makes it so easy. So if you don't have the add-on kit for your take your pick tool with the couple what I call look like dental instrument tips, you need to get that because they are handy. Now a couple places my tear and tape went over the edge, so I'm just going to fold it in, make sure it's not on the outside anywhere that I don't want it. And now we're going to take and assemble this little box. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want this long piece that we cut the tabs off pointing towards me. And then I'm going to take my stamped house and I'm going to line it up on this biggest tab in the middle. And I'm just going to stick it down just to that tab. Okay. And I'm not going to add the other one just yet because it's just easier to do it without. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this up and I'm going to, it gets a little tricky, but it's cute in the end. I'm going to adhere this and I want it to just kind of be straight up the side. And then this piece is going to kind of angle towards the roof. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the other side and we have just the one piece that we need to make sure it's straight. And when I say straight, what I'm looking for is right here along the edge of the house, just that there's an equal amount along the edge of the house right there. Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is take our second one and I want to make sure that the chimney is on the same side. So we have the chimney on the right, so I want my chimney on the right. And I'm going to tuck these kind of in. I'm going to line, actually I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to line it up the same way I did with the other one. Line the little house up on that bottom tab, and I'm going to take and work on adhering the sides, again trying to get them as straight as possible. It's a little tricky on this last part. Alright, So there I have. The only place it's not equal is on the roof. So the roof, it comes a little higher here and it's a little further away from the edge of the roof over here. You can see that. Now this piece just tucks right in and you have that cute little box, but you need to put something in it. So I had some Hershey's Hugs and they fit perfectly. I think you could fit 2 in. Let's see. For sure you can fit 2 in. Shift them around. 2, and you have that cutest little house. Now we need to trim out this little wreath. And stick that on the house. It's a little tiny wreath. But there's not a die for it, so just don't think too hard. You don't have to be perfect with it. And then we're going to add it with a mini glue dot. Okay. There we go. Now our little house is festive. All right, now, if you want to do something, maybe you need a last minute something for Halloween. What about a black house with a pumpkin? And on the inside, a little Snickers. That fits in perfectly when you don't take it out and put it back in. There you go. So a little cute pumpkin. Now this pumpkin came from the More Than Autumn stamp set. It's this pumpkin here. But maybe you already have a pumpkin in your stash. And if you do, then I would say use it and create something cute. You could even like cut out a little ghost, or you know, you could hand make a little pumpkin like this. If you have a little 3/8 inch circle punch or 1/2 inch circle punch, you could totally make a little pumpkin. So those are my cute little houses. You could make these for fall, but I just love that they close at the top for a cute little closed treat. And that's all you really have to do. You could do more, but I kind of like simple and cute. What do you guys think of that? Aren't these cute? They're so cute. I can't wait. So, hopefully none of my, not many of my coworkers watch me on here because I don't think they all know that I do this, but this is what I'm bringing them to work on Thursday for Halloween. We are having a little Halloween snack fest. So I'm going to be making some fun Halloween inspired 7-layer Mexican dip. It's going to be so cute. I'll share a picture on the socials for you later on Thursday. But these are the cards we made tonight. The cute little gingerbread. The Merry Christmas. And the welcome. Welcome. And the cute little 3D house. So what do you guys think of those projects? Do you love them? They're super fun. They're not too hard or complicated because I don't like hard and complicated. But I hope you enjoyed them. We're a little bit longer. I usually don't go an hour and 15 minutes, but we are at an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go in just a second. Just a reminder that if you're watching this free class, this is a free class just for you, that you can get a kit to make those 4 projects shipped to you in the mail. They'll go out next week, but what you'll need to do is place an online order in my online store, which is linked in the video information with the host code. The host code is real important. Right now, Stampin' Up! Still has host codes and uses them, so it's important to use that so I know that this order is tied to this class. And if it's $40 or more, I will send you all the kit products, all the kit materials to make those cards. And it's also the last few days for our kits sale. So check out the link to see all the kits that are available at up to 60% off. There's some really good deals. And all of our close to my heart scrapbooking products are on sale for 30% off while supplies last through the end of this month. We have more awesome scrapbooking products coming to you from Stampin' Up! So I can't wait to share those with you. And it's the last 3 days to get your starter kit special and join my Crafty family. I would love to craft with you not only here, but I would love to be able to share the other world. I have a whole other world that I would love to share with you as I do with my team. So we have a monthly team meeting. We're having an awesome Christmas party on December 1st that's local here in Gainesville, but there will be options for some fun Christmas participation if you don't live near me. We do fun things. So we are getting ready to go to Raleigh, North Carolina in March to Stampin' Up! Convention as a team. So lots of fun to be had. And we would love to welcome you to our team. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight and for being here. Especially if you're on YouTube, for tuning in for my first YouTube Live. I look forward to coming back for another one next Tuesday. I'm here every Tuesday night for Tuesday Night Live. Y'all have a great night. Bye.